Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone for teaching this truth time and time again, showing us to be men of the Lord, the water Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakakadash. And it's the second of the elder apostle Tahar. It just told us that 2023 is the year of the hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. So that's a big year. We're going through that it was the year of hastening the day of the Lord and the day of turn up, and all these things come, and that they were right on point, and then, and so on and so on. Years going by, but they've been on point. So it's a real hopeful year, real chance that they're coming to pass, and we believe that because the elder apostles of Great Millstone are the closest ones to the Lord right now on earth. As a brother told me, it's time that we got to take heed to this. So this is time to get right. The time to get right. Time to continue to push forward, grow. Now is no more excuses. Now we gotta make our eye be single, because look what's going on. The economy is taking bad. Amazon lost half its value, and the stock market everywhere, all the stock, it's just crashing. This is the time. It's going bad. The Lord, as He's sending these plagues. So I'm gonna start off with a scripture. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I'm start at 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world: sword, famine, death, and destruction. So the sword, World War II is World War III is ramping up. The Ukraine and Russia situation causing issues. Israel said Iran is a big chance that Iran's going to attack pretty soon. They said within 2 to 3 years. But you know that's going on. The Lord can spark that up. North Korea saying that they're going to increase their nuclear capability exponentially. That's a lot. Exponentially, that's when you start using the 10th powers, or start using the power, timesing it by each other, not addition, timesing it. So it's like a great increase. Famine, it's getting down to the I don't know if it was El Nino last year, dry or hot or wet, but the weather is changing. Our farming, we're having a lot of natural disasters destroying farmland, and just of them, like Bill Gates buying stuff and not buying on the land and not growing on it, getting these subsidized money. So all these things are happening. That's the Lord's doing it. Death and destruction for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. So all these things are happening for a cleansing agent. This is what ultimately the nuclear destruction is coming, because the Lord, He's gonna use it as an example. I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna come back to it. I'm just gonna continue and then get some scriptures. Exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Their hopeful words are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord, this is why I will not hold my tongue no more as touching this wickedness. That's why He put the prophets for 30 plus years, the elders, apostles there, and their elders preaching, teaching, building up with the spirit of Yahushua, the elect, for the time that's coming, for this year. This year of the hopeful year that all the prophecies to come to pass. The MOTB, because there's still a few major prophecies, but this could be the year, the hopeful year of all the prophecies, and we truly believe it, that the MOTB could be implemented and start deceiving the whole world as a people, because He's not going to force you to get it, but He's going to say it can constitute death. Salakia, hold on. I think I call that brother back. I I will hold my tongue no more touching the wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent of the righteous blood cry out unto me, and the souls of the just complain continuously. So this is why Babylon's sins have reached the mountains, or reached the mountains. Reached the heavens. And you think the Lord forgot about his people? Slocky. I won't call that brother right, but I call. This is Revelations chapter 18, verse 5. I'm gonna start a little bit up. The 18 verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven coming out, say, come out of her, my people, that ye not partake in her sins, that they will not receive her plagues. So we're crying, but the Lord told us to come out of her people, my people, and not partake in her sins, as ye not receive none of her plagues. And the ultimate plague is these thermonuclear destruction coming and melting this place to the ground. So it said he's calling, for her sins have reached up to the heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Award her even as she awarded you, double unto her according to her words, and the cup which she has filled to her double. So look what happened. The Lord said, fill to her double what she has gave to us. Fill to her double. Because even we had to partake it because we have sinned to the will. See, this is Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 12, where thus said the Lord, behold, those judgment was not to drink of the cup of her surely drinking it. Now it was us when we went to this slavery. So we're gonna have to. A big prophecy is these plagues the Lord is gonna rain down, and then all these Edomites and all the other nations, but especially Babylon, the leaders of which is Esau, Edom, are going to get into slavery. They're going to put, that's probably the place, they're going to go into slavery. And we went through it, so, and now they're surely going to drink it. And all those that shall altogether go are those he that shall altogether go unpunished? Should you guys go unpunished because we do? But what did the Lord say? This is Revelation the 13th verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So when you heard those voices crying out to the Lord and all that stuff, this is it. The Lord said, I'm gonna let her sins reach up onto heaven. And that was going to happen. He's going to let them reach onto heaven, and he was going to make sure that they know. So that's like as Pharaoh, he hardened Pharaoh's heart to show his power, his glory. So when you hear these, behold, the innocent blood cry onto me, and the souls continuously complain. But that's good for us. That's good for us, because what did the Lord say? Those crying and, oh man, you sound like complaining. Look, this is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man. So that was the thing that the Lord was using to sift us. The Lord to sift us, to see who was really for him. To the middle of the set, a mark upon their forehead, the man's that sigh and the cry, complaining, for all the abominations that have been done in the midst thereof. So that was the Lord. That was the Lord. That's how cold the Lord is. That was his sifting process. We crying upon this, and he has heard our voices. And that's when the angels put that mark upon our head. Continue in the 15th verse, and I'm gonna jump back to Jeremiah. Just I want him to go into something obviously else, but the Spirit does what the Spirit does. Um, Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 9. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from them, because that's the only how a land can be pure. That's the only how, and everything can be right. Is the payback. The ones that brought us into captivity go into captivity. The ones who killed us with the sword be killed with the sword. So there's all these prophecies and all that stuff. Why it's coming. This is the Lord balances and showing His glory, and also showing us order on how kingdoms are set up. Because the Lord puts forth kingdoms. Promotion doesn't come from the north or the east, but the Lord set it up, and He set up the base of men just for teaching sessions. So now, as He said, this is the year. This is the year, as Apostle Elder Tahar, and as the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has said, of hopefully the prophet, a hopeful year of the prophecy, all the prophecies coming true. The MLTB and World War III, and the battle of Yahweh's Shabbat, Yahweh's judgment, because this is why He's just. There's no sin plug, and this is what He's going to war for the innocent blood among His people. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Not anymore. No more captivity. Because it was led by Esau, by our own people that went for Esau's things. And I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land. Therefore, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues, and the punishment of the God shall bring upon it, and they that till the ground shall mourn, for the seed shall fail through the blasting of hail, and with fearful consolations. The signs, because the signs of the skies are dreadful unto the heathen. What is it? I think it's Matthew's. No, Luke 21. That's something. Luke 21. Yeah, just let the Spirit. I didn't write anything or prepare anything. I've been sick all week, and then fire on doing a lesson, so I'm gonna try to do a couple. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. I'm gonna just start at 25. This is signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of the nations with perplexity, and the seas and the waves shall be roaring. Everything's these signs and all that stuff is preparing us for the Lord's return. And they should be dreadful on them, and man's heart shall be failing them for fear, for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. So terrible. When you start seeing the chariots more, it's gonna be a record year of chariot sightings and chariots and miracles. Brothers gonna get spiritual power, Lord willing, because that's how we only can be able to be saved through these times of Jacob's trouble, which is saying Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, which are coming on earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You know why? And then shall they see the Son of Man. Because in the nuclear thing, the Son of Man, He's going to have to come to deliver the elect out of Babylon. He's going to come beaming us and laser beaming, because we have the elder apostles have said we have to put those laser beams, those fires coming out, the chariots melting, turning people to dehydrated dust. Coming in the clouds with the power and great glory. Kala Yahweh Shemal Shah. So all the ones that fear to till the ground, they should be, because look, all these merchants and these farmers, they know that now they're not producing food anymore. The famine's coming, but the government's now trying to buy off land, or tell you to buy off, to kill off your animals, diseases. There should be more. It's like, oh man, I don't know how the world's about to eat. That's what these Egypt shall mourn. Back in Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. Egypt shall mourn, and I'm in like a weird spot because my house is crowded. You know how it is. Slocky. Back in, I'm gonna go to verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up against another, and the swords in their hands. And there shall be sedition of men, because if these prophecies, when these prophecies come, this is what's going to happen. Those MLTB and all this stuff, now it's going to be sedition among men, as it's going right now in Peru, which they fighting after it was like a failed coup attempt, and someone had to try to, and then was a leader that got arrested for trying to become president forever, you know, and then they wanted, you know, how Babylon the Greek tried to do. In France and all these other places fighting because of these sanctions on fuel, and that they're mad at the whore, they shall hate the whore, because they made money off these things. For evading one another, they shall not regard kings nor princes, and course of their actions shall stand in their power, and a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able, because they're gonna be saying, where's your sea hip? Where's your things? Where's all these things? Well, that you don't have your sea hip? You ain't juiced up? What? Nah, man, you can't. And then because you get arrested, so you don't have to. We don't have to be pilgrims living on earth, going through forests. Or the Lord's gonna have to put protection on us, give us ability. Because I had a spiritual dream, and when I was crossing the city, and I was carrying a group of like mostly women, and it was going. And when I talked to them, they were arresting and talking to anyone up in. But I had like it was like a Jedi mind trick. I told them, oh, we're just passing by, and he's like. And he just repeated what I said, and he was like, "Let them pass." And everyone was just doing it, but they had this fear in the look on, like, because it was a different look. It was like power on how like the Lord commanded the seas. We don't have the ability to just say something and command them to do that. And a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be ever, because of their pride, and the city shall be destroyed, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with sword, spoil their goods, and because the lack of bread and the tribulation, it's going to be a post-apocalyptic land. People are going to be robbing each other, killing each other for food, sandwiches, like the American Blackout. It's getting long, and I want to call this, just do a quick one. Plus, I don't have that much space on my phone. So we're going to go back in that Revelation, because this is what we're going to look. This is the most, this is we're going to important, because this has to come before World War III. But this is what they want to do. So this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. And that mark is a charagma. That's the word in Greek, charagma, which is a physical mark. So we read Ezekiel the 4th. That mark is Tawab, I think. No, it's not Tawab. It's a. Let me look it up. Actually, I don't have my blue letter. Actually, I do have it right here on my laptop. Just for edification purposes, because I misspoke. So we can we have to have integrity about our things. So we're going to go and look in the word. Okay. Tawab. Desire mark, a spiritual, a sign of exemption from judgment. Difference. And then this one is the charagma, which is a physical. If you go into it, the lighter root, which means we can just go and study. I have a bunch of lessons in it, because I got a few minutes left, maybe a few seconds left. But which is, the radio frequency identification. That's what it is that they want to put in for you to give the show that you're down for this beast. That they don't have a physical M-A-R-K. And he caused all and all rich and it didn't sweat rich, both small and great, rich and poor, free. Everyone has them. You have to get it to receive in their right hand and their forehead. And that no man might buy or sell, save he has it, the M-A-R-K, or the name of the beast, the number of his name. So everyone's going to have to get it. That's the major prophecy. Everyone's going to have to get it to do anything in this society to show, because they want ownership over. They want your soul. But the Lord has a number that's not going to get it. So this is what this year entails. So with that, I want to give all glory, honors, and praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai by Shem Rakach Wadash. For Wadi Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shalom.